Srimad Bhagavatam, third story of chapter 1, King Parikshit. King Parikshit was the son of the great hero Abhimanyu, who was himself the son of another great hero Arjuna, one of the 5 Pandava brothers. While still in his mother's womb, Parikshit had been saved from the deadly Brahmastra weapon by Sri Krishna. Later, before the Pandavas left on their final earthly journey, King Yudhishthira gave his kingdom to Parikshit and installed him on the royal throne. Parikshit then ruled and protected the vast kingdom and its subjects with great heroism and righteousness. One day King Parikshit was on a hunting expedition in a forest when he became terribly hungry and thirsty. Wandering about, he spied a small hermitage with a sage inside who was seated in deep samadhi. Not realizing the state that the sage was in, the king eagerly approached him and asked for water, but the sage gave no reply. He didn't even move. After asking again and again, the thirsty king finally lost his patience. Seeing a dead snake nearby, he picked it up and hung it around the ascetic's neck. Then he left to search further for water. The meditating sage was named Shamika, and he had a young son called Shringi. When Shringi learned that the king had put a dead snake around his father's neck, he was furious. Immediately, he uttered a curse. "Whoever has thus insulted my father will die in 7 days from the venom of the snake Takshaka." The great sage soon learned of his son's angry curse, and he was not at all happy. He understood that the man who had just visited his hermitage had been King Parikshit, protector of the realm and the preserver of Dharma. He was supremely righteous king and virtuous as well. Shamika then rebuked his son. "Alas, you foolish boy, what have you done? This was not a serious offense, but you have inflicted a serious punishment. He was a righteous king, he protected this country. Who will do that now?" But the die was cast and the curse had to be fulfilled. After returning home, King Parikshit began to feel remorseful for his ill treatment of the sage and could not forgive himself. Just then, he received the news of the curse on him and decided to prepare for death. He handed his kingdom over to his son Janamejaya and went to the bank of Ganga. There he spread a grass mat, took his seat, and resolved to give up his body by fasting to death. When the news of king's resolve spread, many saints and sages came and gathered around Parikshit, praising him for his lofty vow. They also decided to stay there with him until he gave up his body. Just then, the young saint named Shukadeva, son of Vyasa, who wandered about always immersed in the bliss of the self, came to the bank of the Ganga to meet Parikshit. Though young, he was already a liberated soul of great wisdom and purity. Seeing him, the king felt like a drowning man catching hold of a log. After prostrating himself at the feet of Shuka and honoring him in various ways, the king said with the folded hands, "O great yogi, in the presence of Lord Vishnu, the demons are destroyed, and in your presence, a person's greatest sins disappear. Has Sri Krishna, the friend of the Pandavas, sent you here to console me during the last few days on earth? It must be so. You're a liberated soul, the guru of yogis. Please instruct me. What shall I do with the 7 days that remain of my life? What will bring me the greatest good? How should I meditate on God and worship Him? How shall I find Him and attain liberation?" Shukadeva was pleased with King Parikshit's questions and he began to speak. Krishna Vande Jagadguru.